We're on the road. Where transportation goes, community grows. Welcome to On the Road with the MTA. And that's my cue to say welcome to another exciting edition of On the Road with the MTA. I'm Jay Gibbons with Stephanie K. from the MTA.
That's right, Stephanie K. from the MTA. And Jay with the MTA too, so it all kind of rhymes.
That's right, we rhyme.
And we have a great day every day.
Every day?
Every day we get to help somebody. Don't we?
That's right, because MTA stands for what?
Man, that's awesome. That's what I always say. No, but it is a great job because we're able to get people to where they need to go, whether it's the grocery store, the doctors, the pharmacy. So it's just nice that we can do that. And we all have a different level. Now, Jay, you're in IT, but you've been in radio as well for years before.
Like 20 years or something like that.
Yeah, well, that's why it works very well. And so you've been in IT now for how long?
About 21, 22 years.
That's not show our age, huh?
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah.
Well, you hear Jay's voice. Wish you could see him. He has a nice little beard, little gray beard. Is really cute.
Yeah. I'm starting to look like Santa Claus.
You are.
Just kidding.
Hey, you got a second job now.
Yeah, there we go.
You can do that. Well, Jay's the one that puts all this together. He's our producer. So he's the one that records it and he makes sure that it's on the podcast line. Yep. And then I share it with Facebook and Twitter and LinkedIn.
That's right. And you're the one responsible for getting all of the guests, including today's guest.
Yes. And it's somebody I didn't even know who existed until she moved in right by my house. It's a place called Little Lambs, and they do so much for the community. Her name is Dawn Ramirez, and I saw her out there working so hard. She was doing the yard work. And she was, this house had been vacant for quite a while, and she came in just recently, and they just refurbished it and made it look great. So, Dawn, I know you're a busy girl. Thank you for taking time to be on with us today.
Oh, it's my honor. I'm happy to.
And Dawn, do you do windows? I figured since you did the yard work.
Well.
Oh, okay.
No, but she's soaking in it right now. Well, Dawn, I know you're over there making such a difference in this community. So tell us what Little Lambs is all about.
Sure. We are an outreach ministry, a compassionate ministry center. We are a nonprofit, and we provide items as simply as we can to families with children. The things that they most need: clothing, diapers, wipes, a safe place to sleep, a safe place or a safe device to travel in, all of the things that are required when you have children. We've been doing it for about 20 years and different iterations, and we are thrilled to be here on this side of Flint Township. We started over on the west side of Flint Township, and now we're here off of Bristol. And we're very excited. We moved in, I think we got the keys May 10th. We started services back up June. And not only have we continued to see the 30, 35 families a week that we average over here, our most exciting was about 3 weeks ago. We had our first family ever that came to us via the bus.
Oh, wow. Yeah, MTA bus. There's two stops near there.
Yes.
So, yep, they can get on very easily.
And now we're up to 3, and that was so exciting for us. For 20 years, I have wanted to have a bus stop where we were before, and it didn't work out. So this way, families who don't have vehicles or don't have a caseworker or someone to bring them can come on their own. And it's been delightful. It's just been really great for them. It's been great for us. We're very excited that is now part of who we are.
Yes, they're right off Bristol Road, Jay, in between like Fenton Road where Baker College is, and then over there Van Slyke where McDonald's is really close to that. Yep. So there's several bus stops in between there, so they can get on and off, across the street, and they can just make it easy to get on and be able to get these items. And I know you're talking about the items that you have, but you make it sound like it's just the diapers and the food and the formula. But when I walked in there, you had so much there. You had toys. You have been so well organized of birth to 3 months to 6 months to just all the right ages and colors and for genders. And it's just amazing what you've been able to do with that place.
Yeah. Like I said, there's a lot that comes with having children. And at the end of the month, sometimes we have more month than money. And so if we can help out, there's no requirements in regards to, you don't have to live in a specific zip code. In fact, one of our mantras is need has no zip code. So it doesn't matter where you come from. About 99% of our families do come from Genesee County. We do have 1 or 2 from Lapeer and Owasso who work in Genesee County, but there's no, we try and make it as obstacle and barrier free as possible. You have a need, we have what you need, then that's what it works out to be.
Well, I know you said you've been the executive director for over 20 years now. And I'm shocked because it's the first I've heard of it. And I wouldn't have known about it had I not moved in across the street from my house, their kitty corner. And I see you working so hard, but it sounds like it's a lot of volunteer work. Do you get paid for all this work you're doing?
No, I've never been paid. All of our staff, I will refer to staff, and those are a group of mostly ladies who come in every week. And then from there, we also have volunteer groups. Next week, for example, we have a group of youth that are coming from Kalamazoo, and they partner with another nonprofit in the area called Forge Flint. And they have campers every summer, and those campers will be coming, and they're going to help us move. We have 7 storage units right now. We're going to try and condense them, and we're moving the items from point A to point B, and young, strong backs and arms and legs are going to lift all those totes and into the truck and back out again. Well, so we have, everyone's a volunteer.
It is quite commendable what you're doing. I mean, that's such hard work, and she does it for nothing, just the joy of helping someone.
My back hurts just thinking about moving.
Mine did too. I know. I had I don't know, tendonitis in my elbow, and my back was hurting, and I just broke my toe yesterday.
Yeah.
So
did you really? Oh, that's horrible.
I'm wobbling crazy, but I did wobble over to her to say, hey, I know I look like
you did.
I did. I wobbled over to her to say, I want to get your number to have you on for our podcast. And I'm so glad you were still there when I did. I know you're working so hard. You're trying to take a break, but you're just amazing. And your husband helps you too. I see him come a lot.
Yeah, he comes. He's a pediatrician. So actually a lot of times he will refer families that he sees with needs to us, as well as, we get referrals. We don't require referral. Someone can just find us on Facebook or on our website, but we try and get the word out to those who are meeting with families who potentially could use our services, and they can let them know. So a lot of times he will refer his patients to us, as well as, oh my goodness, we have teachers, we have Head Start teachers, we have, even CPS, even government agencies like that, when they know that a family is in need of some items, if we can help, and it helps the family and it helps the children in the family, then, we call them our partners. We have so many partners.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you, because I want to find out, how do people find you? How do they know about you? How can they get on the list to get help? And I'm sure you could use some donations and volunteers. So what's the best way to get a hold of you?
Okay. The best way is if you go to our website, which I put in the chat there. So if you guys have notes in your podcast, you can add it to it. But it's LLCMC.org. And then you just /appointments. That will get you to our page to make an appointment, because we are an appointment-based situation. We have appointments on Wednesdays and Thursdays, both day and into the evening. And right now we're doing our parking lot pickup appointments, which means they make the appointment, they fill out a form, we get all the stuff that they asked for into bags, and when they come, they give us a little beep, and we bring it out to them.
Do you have a shopping list or something? You say what they need, but what if they need like a certain size clothes, or if they need food, or if they need...
That's exactly, the form that they fill out is really easy to do on their phone or on their tablet or whatever they have, their mobile device. They tell us the size clothes, the size diapers. They tell us if they like Dora or if they prefer strawberry shortcake. I mean, they can tell us, are they Marvel comic little boys, or do their little boys, or do they prefer the Batman and the DC? So, they can be as specific in regards to their needs and wants as they can. There's some specifics that we need, ages and sizes and things like that. And then there's a whole miscellaneous section in there as well. But the exciting thing is, Stephanie, is come October, we're going to be adding back, and I say back because prior to COVID, it was a come in and shop yourself. And part of being able to when we purchased this building was to expand the size of the floor plan that we had, so that we could offer that again. So in October, we will be offering both types of appointments. Parking lot pickup, because sometimes it's just easier not to bring the kids inside. We do that at the grocery store. We do that at the restaurants. But if you want to come in and pick out your own items, that option will be added come this fall as well.
Well, that'll be great. They can pick out just the color and size they want. The kids, I'm sure, want everything they see, but it'll be nice to have that option. Well, wonderful. Yeah. Well, I know. Okay, now tell us that again. Was it little lambs with an S? Is it plural? Little lambs?
Yeah. Yep. Little lambs, plural. C as in cat, M as in Mary, C as in cat. So Compassionate Ministry Center, Little Lambs, CMC.org. That's the main page. If you're wanting to make an appointment, /appointments will take you there. Also, if you're on Facebook, you can look us up at LLCMC. Follow us. That's one of the things I suggest to the parents, because that will update you. I will let you know, or the Facebook, our page will let them know if appointments are opening for a particular time, if appointments have already been booked, anything that's changing, anything that's up. We do have seasonal changes. We do have additions, like next month in August, we'll have our school uniforms available for families whose children are going to be going to school and need the uniforms. I know a lot of the schools start in August nowadays. And so that's going to be available next month. October, we'll have our fall jackets and Halloween costumes. So if they follow us on Facebook, they will always be in the know. And there's also links to everything as well there. Well, and if they need to reach us, they can just send us a Facebook message as well.
That's the best way, though, on Facebook with the little LLCMC.org.
Yeah.
Well, I know people really want to help you, because my neighbor and I walked over there. We always, walk in the evenings, and he's mowing your lawn now. He said, I want to help you. And the neighbor next door said, they'll mow your lawn. And he said he can help you fix things. He's a retired electrician. And I know we walked past, and there was a young couple that they pulled in, Jay, and their car was just, I thought it was on fire. There was so much smoke coming out of it. After the fire for behind us, the apartments, it was just, I think a radiator hose or something had broken. So
it had overheated and spewed, the radiator. And like I had said, Forge Flint is another nonprofit, and that's what they do. They help families who can't afford to take it into the shop. They work with them on getting their cars fixed. They have a master mechanic. They never charge for labor. They have deals on parts and things. And if the car is dead, they can even help find a new one within the family's budget.
That's what I was going to mention. This family came in, and she not only gave them food and clothing for their family, but she also said, you know what? Your car's broken. Let me call this Forge Flint for you. They won't charge you for the labor. They'll come over and fix it for
fantastic.
You. I thought, you're like a little angel, Dawn. I'm sure these people would think that you're just have wings under your shirt.
No, it's just that there's a lot of groups of people. Some are agencies, a lot of nonprofits. Some are affiliated with churches and religions. Some are not. Just a lot of people who care about their neighbor.
Well, I know they do. And I see that on here when it says LLCMC.org, you said they can go under appointments for getting things. But what if they want to actually donate some items to you, or they do want to volunteer?
Oh, yes. Okay, so they can drop off donations Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays from 10 to 2. That's always a safe time to do that. We do ask, if you can't make those times to drop off, that you get in contact with us. Don't leave them on the porch. If things get left and we're not there, we will probably not be able to use them. But donations would be amazing.
And what all are you looking for? What's the best donations? I'm sure very like clothing that's maybe new with tags or not too used.
Yes, that's what we ask for: new or gently used clothing. We will say with like packages of underwear and socks, we're going to have Sock-timber coming up soon, where we do a sock dress.
Yeah, I love it.
Sock-timber, so that we can because that's like one of the number one things, and to be able to provide with their new school folders and their new school clothes and their fall jackets, a package of socks just for them is great. Packages of underwear. Again, we deal with newborns all the way through 14, 16 kids. So that size 14, 16 takes most kids up through upper elementary, early middle school, and sometimes even older, depending on how large a child is. But those types of things, boys, oh my goodness, boys are so tough on their clothes. So we're always looking for the toddler sizes and above. So 2T, 3T, 4T, 5T, and then up through 14, 16 in boys and girls, but especially boys. They like to, they're just really tough on their clothes sometimes.
Yes, they are.
We always
My grandson's in baseball. He has a white uniform. My daughter's like, look at the dirt on his white pants. And she's constantly doing laundry.
They don't last. Things like high chairs. Those are things that are always helpful too. All of those doodads that, you had to have when the kids were young, or maybe as a grandparent, you had an extra set at your house while the kids were coming to visit, and you really don't need that. And you like to get it out of the way, out of your basement or such.
I just gave away like a pack and play. Yeah. I just gave away a pack and play, some of this stuff too. So had I known you were going to be there, I would have saved it for you. But now that I know, I can just walk it across the street too and make sure. Do you also give out food? I mean, can you take food, or is that something separate? Okay.
No, we give out food. We give out baby food, baby cereal. We do work with the food banks. So we do have non-perishables as well. But if people have extra pastas and canned goods, we try and purchase things, provide things, I should say, because you're dealing with families with kids. So, we've got the macaroni and cheeses, we got the pastas, we have milk. Sometimes it's shelf milk. Sometimes we do have a refrigerator, so that would be great as well.
Great. So if I run out of milk, I can go and borrow a cup of milk. That's good to know. I'm kidding.
There you go. So we do have a small food pantry. We hope to have a larger food pantry. That all depends on what's going to happen with the property across the parking lot from us. So
how do you how do you afford all that? I know you have a lot of agencies that help you in donations, but that has to be expensive. The rent alone.
We were able to purchase this building. It was through the land bank. You had talked about how this building had been sitting there for a couple of years. They had taken it down to the studs and did a fabulous job.
They did.
And then it sat there for 2 years. It was a commercial space, and we were happy to work with them. And we were very blessed with some individuals. It's funny because I can't even thank them out loud because they were anonymous. But there was several that came forward and provided enough funding that we could purchase it from the land bank, and we did. And now we own it and we love it. And we are thrilled to be in the neighborhood, too, because everyone is so nice.
It's a good neighborhood. It really is. So I have to ask you, if somebody wanted to donate, which I would like to, or if they wanted to be an anonymous donor, how do they do that for you?
If they go to our website, the LLCMC.org, there is a site, one of the links there for donations. And there's a couple different ways. You can go on PayPal and do a donation, a one-time or an ongoing one. You can write a check and send it to us. Also, and this is how we ended up being able to afford the property. If someone they want to donate stock, like your Wall Street stock, there's a process there that is really simple. They fill out a form, send it to the broker. This is above my pay grade here, but all the instructions are there.
Was there a thing on there too? Yeah. So if they wanted to make you a benefactor, like after they passed away, they could put it in the will.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
They can do the same thing with the with the Nazarene Foundation works with that as well. That's the third party that works with the stock as well. So all of that is there, and then you can always, if there's any other questions or like specifics people want to know, they can reach out to us. I will put my email out there. It's really easy, Dawn Ramirez at LLCMC.org, but I'll also put it in the chat so you can put it in the show notes. Okay. Just call.
Good.
732-1737 is our phone number. So there's lots of ways to reach out to us.
Yeah, I don't know why, but now I've got Dawn had a little lamb. Instead of Mary had a little lamb. Now it's going to be going through your head all day. There you go.
That's his mind.
Instead of Mary had a little lamb, it's Dawn had a little lamb. So, but she's got more than one lamb.
Yes, we have many lambs. We see, 140 families a month, which can be anywhere between 330 and 400 children representing in those families every month.
Oh, one thing
every month we see new families.
I bet. I would have to mention one thing too. They have this new, it's like a little picture in their window, so you can't see in the building, but if you're inside, you can see out. So it's a really nice little like a montage of children. Yep. And the one in the upper left-hand corner is 3 children, and they're cute as it can be, like, maybe 10, 12. Well, they're one of the first families that she's met because now the little boy's in the military.
Wow.
And the little girls married their own family. Mm-hmm. It's just very cool that you have that you've had them for so long.
Yeah, they're very special. That family, their mother is very special. They are now in Dallas. She's been an RN now for a number of years, and is now studying to be a physician's assistant, I believe.
Nice.
As well. And her kids are, they were little tiny babies. The little boy was just 6 months old when we first met him, and now he's in the military.
Wow.
And he has an older sister. So we become, it's more than just providing things. We really do. Our whole goal is to walk alongside families.
Well, you provide hope.
Families with children.
You provide hope.
We do. We try.
I don't know if that little boy would have been in the military, had not had the help and the nutrition and the clothing and the things that he needed, his basics, before he got to the age where he could go and make his own decisions. Yeah. So that's a huge thing. I know I was a single mom to 2 little girls, and we didn't have anything like this that I'm aware of. I wasn't aware of the food bank. I wasn't aware of all this. And so there were struggles there that probably were unnecessary. Had I known about this, I could have gotten more help. I mean, they all turned out great and it was no problem. But still, how nice to have that extra help.
And just having that for you as a mom. I was a single mom for my son is now 29 for the first 4 years of his life. Just having another adult, another woman kind of walking alongside who's maybe a little bit older that says, it's going to be okay. We're going to do this together. Right. That's really what it's about.
You do anything for your children. So it's nice that you're there for them. They're taking care of their children. And it doesn't have to be a single mom. It doesn't have to be a single mom. It could be a family. Just having a little struggle.
We have lots of families. We have lots of families. Mom and dad came in today with a newborn baby, and oh my word, they're so precious. But you just see it in their eyes. You're like, oh my gosh, they're here. She's here, and now what?
I know.
A lot of times we don't have our aunts or our tias or our grandmas or our grannies. We don't have that multiple generations. And so if you don't have that support system, sometimes it's just nice to have, like I said, other people knowing that we've got your back, we've got your six, things are going to be okay. You're not in this by yourself.
Well, thank you for that, Dawn. You've just given so much help and hope, and we really appreciate what you're doing, because I don't think you will never get thanked enough for what you're doing. But seeing those kids grow up and become the military and thank you and have children of their own, I'm sure is a real reward for you.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you. And you know what? Every week we do the same thing, don't we, Jay?
Yep, we sure do. We
bring people in from the community, just like you, Dawn, that has something to offer that's either free or helpful. And if you're looking for something particular, you can archive it and look for the free food or look for the free clothing to find out where they're going to be, or maybe a health fair. So, yes, you're going to be part of that now. You're part of the archives, and please keep listening. And we'll invite you back when you have the shop on your own. When that opens up again, let me know. I'll be back on.
Will do. All right, great.
Well, thanks so much. And thanks for listening every week. Now, Jay, if somebody else wants to be a guest, tell them how they can do that.
All they got to do is just drop us an email at podcast@mtaflint.org.
And we will get you on for sure and help the community along. And thanks for listening.
You've been listening to On the Road with the MTA. For more information on our services and community outreach, visit us online anytime at www.mtaflint.org. And be sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. The MTA, your community, your connection, your way.